As we move through 2024, focusing on water sustainability and resilience is crucial. Together, through improved management and conservation efforts, we can advance the sustainable use of water resources and build a water-resilient Caribbean.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at stories making news tonight. The future of Grand Bahama taking center stage at Diplomatic Week. Also, a new immigration policy set to impact visitors' stay in the Bahamas. And organizers setting the record straight on allegations surrounding WNBA star Jonquel Jones.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition start now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Topping the news tonight, the future of Grand Bahama Island discussed during high-level discussions during Diplomatic Week. While highlighting multi-billion-dollar investments coming to the island, stakeholders agreed that through collaboration between the government and the Port Authority, remarkable opportunities could be unlocked for Grand Bahama's development. Jolanda Thompson-Everest has tonight's top story.
During the session, the panel was asked, where do you see Grand Bahama in the next 5 years? The panelists emphasizing the critical role of partnerships with the Port Authority, which will provide a financial support to local residents, enabling them to take advantage of the economic opportunities emerging on the island. Chamber President James Carey and Bahamas Ambassador Gilbert Morris expressing excitement about the upcoming projects in Grand Bahama. However, both emphasize the importance of setting global benchmarks to ensure sustainable growth. Ambassador Morris in particular called on the Port Authority to establish a sovereign fund that would allow Bahamians to build capital and secure financial opportunities for local citizens.
What we'd really love to see happen is that, in the first instance, the Port Authority driving investment by itself investing in Grand Bahama, causing things to happen, make things happen.
If people don't have access to capital and land, and you can't meet labor costs and you can't meet energy costs, it's all for nil. So we have to build a model that overcomes those obstacles.
Ambassador Morris further explained that if Bahamians are members of the Sovereign Fund and investors choose to invest in it, then local citizens will be on the ground floor, empowered to benefit from the economic growth. In response, Chief Investment Officer Derek Newbold sharing his perspective.
Critically important. I think that it will be important for us to ensure that there's a shared vision and an alignment of efforts when it comes to some of the critical stakeholders in Grand Bahama.
President of the University of the Bahamas, Dr. Ian Strawn, also calling on the government to collaborate with the University of the Bahamas, urging the development of programs and courses tailored to the industries that investors will be focusing on. The minister agreed with this call and also highlighting that her ministry is centered around collaboration.
One of the mandates for the Ministry for Grand Bahama as well is its relations with the Grand Bahama Port Authority. And one of the key things in making things happen is we have to work together.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Well, switching gears now, a new change in immigration policy will impact visitors' stay in the Bahamas. Shoshana Wolf-Farquharson explains in this report.
It's been a concern of many visitors, many seeking clarity on the new immigration extension of stay policy. The Department of Immigration releasing a press statement laying out the details surrounding the new changes. Now, according to the press release, all visitors who meet the entry requirements and whose sole purpose for entering the Bahamas is vacation or leisure will be granted a minimum stay of 30 days. This is the current policy that has been implemented in lieu of the varied periods previously granted granted at the discretion of the immigration officer. Visitors seeking to extend their stay beyond the initial 30 days must apply at the nearest immigration head office in their district at least 5 days, excluding weekends and holidays, prior to the expiration date originally granted upon arrival. A $200 non-refundable processing fee is required when submitting the application. The release further states that if there is no immigration office in the district, visitors must contact the island administrator or the Bahamas Customs Department for assistance. Now, special consideration will be given to the following categories of travelers: passengers and crew aboard pleasure vessels, the elderly, minors, regular annual winter visitors who may own a home or frequently spend extended periods in the Bahamas during the winter season. Now, here's the list of requirements for extended stays: proof of payment, payment options including credit or debit cards, a bank draft, or Bahamas postal money order, the return ticket or temporary cruising permit, valid passport, local address, sponsor's passport and address if applicable, a valid email address, and a mobile telephone number. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shashina Rolf-Farquharson.
In other news, what was supposed to be an entertaining night for children of all ages quickly turned into a knife fight, which resulted in the stabbing of a 17-year-old male at a local fair. Reports reveal that the altercation started over a female. The victim was rushed to the hospital following the stabbing incident.
Altercation between two 70-year-old males at the Mary Star Fair. Like I said, the police responded very quickly. I would have took one of the males to the hospital for treatment. Maybe it was detained and later released.
Police also adding that the victim was later transported to the Rand Memorial Hospital. Now, as the 17-year-old was taken into police custody, charges have been filed, and he's expected to be placed before the courts in the coming days.
He was later arrested and expected to be charged sometime today. So appear before court tomorrow morning. I would advise parents of these young adults, particularly teenagers, going to these events, be sure that they speak to the kids, just to advise them of how to conduct themselves.
Meantime, police officials are still investigating a body found burnt beyond recognition in a vehicle in bushes off Grand Bahama Highway in September. Assistant Commissioner of Police and officer in charge of the Northern Bahamas, Shanta Knowles, says that the DNA samples of presumed family members and the deceased were sent into international labs to be tested.
Since that time, we have taken samples from persons who we suspect to be related or by blood related to someone who we believe may be that person, and those samples have been sent off. And once they come back, we should be able to get a confirmation as to whose body it was we found in the vehicle, and then we know where to go further from there.
Just one station.
Well, a voice note circulating on social media is stirring controversy, claiming that WNBA star Jonquel Jones discussed details about her personal life during a recent school visit on Grand Bahama. However, organizers of the tour are outright denying those claims, maintaining that at no point did the WNBA star address her private life while speaking to students.
My daughter is now telling me that Jonquel Jones came to the school. She introducing her fiance with her and all this stuff. You know, if you come to the school to show some kind of give back or whatever, what you discussing your fiance for?
That is an excerpt of the widely circulated voice note from a frustrated parent alleging that Jones discussed details about her fiance during her talk with students.
I would like for that young lady who said that to say where exactly that happened.
Jimmy Smith, chief counselor for West End and one of the event's organizers, says the claims are false and deeply troubling. Smith asserts that Jones maintained a professional tone throughout the tour, noting that her fiance's identity was not discernible at any time.
I saw this young lady from the start, and I watched. She kept her distance. She handled herself stellar. At no time they walked in together. At no time there was no place hugging or holding hand. Or when she came off that flight, she came off that flight with herself. When she spoke to the press, by herself.
The allegations have ignited heated debates on social media. Some users condemned the supported actions, with one commenting that certain lifestyles should not be displayed to children. Others came to Jones's defense, with one supporter stating, "You've reached the highest level of success, and people still find ways to tear you down." Smith says Jones was visibly affected by the voice note, but notes that the overwhelming support she received far outweighed the negativity.
She had a little dampen. But when the people showed the love came as simple as a bowl of conch salad.
Cecil Thompson, chair of the local organizing committee, also expressing disappointment in the allegations.
I was at every assembly. It never happened. I mean, that is just a malicious thing that is being spread out, and it's really unfortunate to try to drown out all the good news.
Jones responding to the controversy via her Twitter account, unapologetically standing by her truth. In one tweet she wrote, "I am who I am. Take it or leave it. My fiance is a pillar of my success. If you don't want me to thank her, don't invite me. I'm not hiding for anyone. That's it, and that's all."
Still to come.
When we come back, the Grand Bahama Children's Home hosting its 3rd annual gala event under the patronage of the Prime Minister's wife. That story, sports, and more when we return.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
Third Dimension is back and better than ever for all of your home improvement needs, from tools and plumbing to housewares and a brand new paint center. Stop by Third Dimension, call 352-6126 and get started on your next project today. Get ready to flash into savings with the Grand Bahama Port Authority's Flash Friday series. Enjoy amazing deals, discounts, and surprises every Friday from November 22nd to December 13th. Shop local, save big, and even dash to win prizes. For more details, call 350-9000. It's Football Sundays at Prop Club Beach in the Grand Lacayan. Catch all the action from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. with happy hour deals all day. Great food, cold drinks, and your favorite teams. Call 373-1333 for more info.
Best Buy Boutique, fully stocked with statement pieces and accessories and a large assortment of ladies' dresses, tops, and bottoms. Sizes small to 3X, including headpieces and so much more. Formerly Kitty's Boutique, downtown Freeport. Phone 814-1166. Let us be unique from Best Buy Boutique.
Island Dreams Productions presents The Affair, a thrilling show coming to the Regency Theater Saturday, November 23rd at 8 p.m. and Sunday, November 24th at 4 p.m. Get your tickets now, $40 in advance or $50 at the door.
Bahamas. It's a grand celebration honoring Apostle Leon Wallace. Friday, November 22nd at Grand Lucayan Resort, Grand Bahama. 6:30 p.m. Admission is free. Love gifts welcome. See you there.
Have you been waiting for windows? Then wait no more. Cornet Bahamas have in stock now PVC sliding windows, casement windows, and impact sliding windows with mirror tinted glass, all in different sizes and styles. Call us at 352-1301 or visit any of our 4 locations in Freeport, Nassau, Abaco, and Eleuthera for the great products and great prices. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Cornet Bahamas, dream, design, deliver.
We're in Ryland having a good old time.
Like a day-away trip, you can go to like... After many years of not having a regatta, we are expecting it to be a bash.
How have you been enjoying regatta? I had a wonderful time. Oh, it's a turtle.
We fell in love with the island, and we fell in love with the people.
Join us on Friday, November 29th at 8:30 p.m. for the Northeast Regatta. Tune in right here on the ZNS Network.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Well, the Grand Bahama Children's Home hosting its third annual gala at the Stone Crab Restaurant under the distinguished patronage of Mistress Anne Marie Davis, wife of the Prime Minister. It was an elegant evening with attendees dressed to impress in support of the worthy cause. Executive Director Joan Hutchison highlighting the organization's ongoing efforts to provide care and support for the children, noting that their work is only possible through the generosity of donors and sponsors.
This fundraiser is not just a fundraiser. It is a fun and a fundraiser. And all of the money that we raise here this evening goes right back into the children to make sure that we do our best to make sure that their needs are met. And I just want to thank you for that in advance. I know there will be somebody coming on to do the official thing, but from me, I want to thank you for that continued outreach to help us to do that and make their lives better. So thank you.
Mrs. Anne Marie Davis addressing the audience, emphasizing the importance of supporting vulnerable children. She urged those in a position to help to contribute in any way they can to the home's continued success.
If you can, adopt a child. Be a volunteer for the children's home. And when I say adopt a child, you don't have to have the child living with you all the time, but you can adopt them on certain days to do certain activities. And, you know, these would add to uplifting their spirits and then having them and widening their experiences in a good way. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of Thanksgiving and this festive season that's coming up, I want you all to give.
Well, in recent times, law knowledge has been a topic many are not aware of. To assist with this, the Rotary Club of Freeport hosting a free legal consultation clinic at the Raven Mall this past Saturday with legal professionals in any areas, but emphasizing mostly in employment law. President of the Rotary Club of Freeport, Bridget Major, says hosting the law clinic is all a part of the club's goal to continue assisting the community in the best ways possible.
We have several lawyers in the club, and they thought that, you know, people are out there, they want legal advice, they may not have the means to get legal advice, and so we put it on every year and encourage people to come down. If you have an issue that you want legal counsel on, we make ourselves and some of the lawyers from FIDA, which is an international organization of female lawyers, they assist us.
One of the attorneys present at the fair, Constance McDonald, says she hopes the fair serves its purpose to ensure the Bahamian people are more knowledgeable about the matters that are occurring in their respective lives.
The more aware that you are, and you know, like the Bible says, my people perish from a lack of knowledge. See, so once the awareness is there in the community and they know their rights, then they can demand them, and people wouldn't be able to take advantage of you. And so that's what we try to do, you know, make sure that persons know their rights so that they don't be taken advantage of.
Stories making news. Jay, what do you have for us in sports?
I'm surprised I haven't mentioned the Dolphins. But guess what? The Northern Bahamas Volleyball Championships wrapped up on the weekend.
It coming, you know, it coming. Well, sports is coming your way next, but first there's a check on the local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Attention Freeport. Get ready to fuel up faster with the Focal Smart Pass app. Say goodbye to long lines and hello to convenience at your fingertips. Pay at the pump and get back on the road in no time when you use the Focal Smart Pass app. Download the Focal Smart Pass app. Fuel up faster at all Freeport Oil Company service stations. Download and fuel up faster today.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Portobello's at the Grand Lacayan invites everyone to a Thanksgiving celebration. Enjoy Sunday brunch on November 24th or Thankful Thursday on November 28th with a buffet and live entertainment. For more details and reservations, call 373-1333.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody does it better.
When you order a large Pizza Hut specialty pizza, you unlock a delicious deal. For a limited time, you can add a small one-topping pizza for just $2 more. Hawaiian, Supreme, barbecue chicken, meat lovers, and more flavors. And for just $2, you can double the deliciousness. But hurry, this mouth-watering twice as nice deal won't last forever. Call Pizza Hut Freeport at 352-9191 today.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. It's been a busy weekend for Jonquil Jones with a number of events held locally, celebrating the Liberties Championship while winning MVP during the finals. While the celebrations continued, Jones touched on her plans for the offseason in preparation to get back on the court.
Making sure that my body is right. You know, I already started lifting, and I have my lifting plans. Obviously, things have been crazy here, so when I get back to Georgia, I have to, you know, really lock in a little bit and get back into that. But, you know, we have a solid plan with the strength and conditioning coach of the New York Liberty, Leslie Chandler, and everybody else there is supporting me to make sure I have everything that I need to be successful. So, you know, just taking this time. Normally I'll be overseas around this time, but I go a little bit later this year, so I just have time to really work on my game, work on my body, make sure that I'm healthy going into the new season.
Switching gears now in sports, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture Northern Bahamas Volleyball Championships wrapped up on the weekend. First Heights out of Abaco won the small school championship senior girls title in 3 sets against Louise McDonald from Bimini. Tania Blatch was named MVP. In the senior girls matchup, BMAS Lady Warriors was crowned the champions, winning over Agape Christian in 3 sets. Kiatra Thomas was the MVP. Now in the senior boys game, the visiting Agape Eagles out of Abaco won the title against St. George's 22-20 and 21-14 in 2 straight sets. The MVP was Joshua Bethel. And finally, in sports, Buddy Hill and the New Look Warriors are off to a fast start for the season with a 10-2 record. In 12 games so far, the sharpshooter is averaging nearly 18 points and 4 rebounds on 49% shooting. And that's your Monday check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Freeport, don't buy that ticket just yet. The biggest Black Friday event is about to come your way. November 28th, 29th, and 30th. Mark your calendars. Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center is bringing our 3 days of blackout right to your doorstep. Thousands of items from Amazon, Home Depot, and Walmart, all at their U.S. online listed prices, freight and duty paid. It's a shopping spree like you've never seen before. Don't believe us? Bring your phone and Google it. Join us at the large warehouse on West Settlers Way next to Thompson Trading. Don't miss out. Be there or be square.
The Forever Flower Shop. Check out our new selection of artificial flowers and wreaths. Choose stems for your own projects or get a pre-made arrangement as a quick fix to a dull space. If you're a soon-to-be bride, inquire about bulk ordering for floral options that won't break the bank. It's all here at Island Bedding and Furniture, located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinary.
We all need to save. Save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
Guess what? Budget Pest Control has something important to show you. Cop the termites' former Salmus, the super termite. What makes them super? Their ferocious appetite can attack your home from below and above. They even attack forestry. But don't worry. Budget Pest Control has extensively studied this species on Grand Bahama. You can even check out our scientific paper. So you can count on us to protect your investment. Call Budget Pest Control, the termite specialist.
It's happy hour at Prop Club Beach in the Grand Lacayan. Join them every Friday and Saturday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for great food and drinks. Open Monday to Thursday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and until midnight on Fridays and Saturdays. Don't miss out.
Jade Champagne and the Rhythm presents 102.7 The Rhythm turns 3, and it's a big performance with Taurus Riley live. Taurus Riley live. Oh yeah, the hitmaker, the reggae icon, Taurus Riley live. Saturday, December 14th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Doors open at 8 p.m., showtime at 11 p.m. For 102.7 The Rhythm. Big birthday party with Taurus Riley. Live. Get tickets online now. TheRhythm3.com. And it's a big performance. Taurus Riley. Brought to you by Jade Champagne and The Rhythm. Saturday, December 14th, 102.7 The Rhythm. Turns 3 with Taurus Riley. Live.
Your number 1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. There's a live look at the Bahamas tonight coming your way next.
is brought to you by BTC. For the fastest speed internet, get BTC Fiber. Sign up for a fiber bundle and get a $500 Visa gift card. Visit a retail store to sign up today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the Prime Minister's chief spokesman responds to a U.S. report on the gun epidemic in the country. Also, the road to accreditation, where the Bahamas Department of Corrections is with making that happen, and why such a move is a critical game changer. And senators lend their voice to a key financial bill as it looks to cash in on a major moneymaker. The Bahamas tonight, the national report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. It's the report whose findings aren't less surprising than they are stunning. We knew already that most of the guns entering this country illegally come through the United States, but a new report from a U.S. government agency is providing insight on just how high a volume of illegal firearms are getting in. And tonight, we also hear reaction to these findings from the Prime Minister's Communications Director. Here's Corvell Pyfrom.
The recently released data from the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives show that 85% of recovered guns in the Bahamas from 2018 to 2022 were traced to a U.S. retail buyer, making this the country with the highest percentage of recovered firearms linked to the U.S. in the region. Further, the report cites that 45% of these traffic guns could be sourced back to an initial retail in the U.S., with most sales originating in Florida, Texas, and Georgia. Today, Communications Director in the Office of the Prime Minister, Latrey Ramming, insisted the Davis administration wasn't caught off guard by the report.
Are we surprised that number? No. I think that there's a strong correlation between the flow of illegal weapons in the Bahamas and violent crimes on our streets. Are we making progress on the issue? Yes, we are.
The report notes these guns are coming into the country concealed in large items such as automobiles and televisions, or they are being deconstructed into smaller parts, hidden in items like cereal boxes and bags of rice, then reassembled here in the country. While this concerns him, Ramming believes the administration's efforts in curbing the situation are working, and he maintains that the government works closely with its American counterparts, a partnership that is yielding positive returns, he says.
The intelligence and the partnership and the advocacy from the Prime Minister at the highest levels of Vice President Harris, you're seeing this level of commitment by the United States and the Bahamas to make sure that the sharing of intelligence help us to prevent the smuggling.
The data reveal that over a 5-year period, that's between 2018 to 2023, 3,000 firearms were illegally exported to the Bahamas. Working with the U.S. has not stopped the Bahamas from joining a class action lawsuit against U.S. gun manufacturers filed by Mexico.
Obviously, it is a very contentious issue in the United States. But the position of the Prime Minister has always maintained that whilst Americans have the rights to bear arms, they don't have the right to traffic those arms to the Bahamas.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pyfrom.
Well, meantime, the Ministry of National Security this week hosting its first ever private security company seminar aimed at creating a whole of government and whole of society approach to safety, stability, and prosperity. The seminar brings together private security companies that employ guards to reacquaint them with proper procedures. Two areas especially troubling are companies hiring foreign labor, and these positions are only for Bahamian citizens. The other, companies to comply with ensuring their guards are licensed. In-house counsel at the ministry, Paul Jones, says both instances occur far too frequently, and he warned those in violation to quit it.
We suspect that this is going on. And so that's why we want to sensitize the owners and the persons involved to not go down that road. Yes? So I can't call any specific nationality, all right? But we highly suspect. Our eyes are open, all right? And hence that's why we're putting on the seminar. Well, again, it would affect a whole lot of things because Most of the companies are required to have indemnity insurances and stuff to cover in the event something happens as it relates to their security guards while on duty. And so, of course, if they don't have their licenses, you know what that means to the insurance company.
In 2016, the Correctional Services Act was passed, legislation to create a Bahamas Department of Corrections. Nearly 10 years later, the expansive Fox Hill property is still classified as a prison, and this as officials await certification of housing units.
We're almost there. It's for the toilets to be put into the remand center and for segregation cells in the juvenile detention center and the female residence unit, and then we will be able to have in this country for the first time accredited correctional housing facilities, and you deserve applause for that, because it's not just the buildings that need to be certified, it's also the staff. So the American Correctional Association is also evaluating you. And if those are the biggest issues they've drawn to our attention.
As its commissioner put it, BDOCS last year miserably failed its accreditation, with the ACA noting lots of concerns, adding that the Fox Hill facility must have proper procedures in place to have a correctional facility. Now, National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Munro, is pretty confident the Davis administration will accomplish as much, primarily to address overcrowding and improve working conditions. In the case of inmates, Munro holds that they're to pay for the cost of their incarceration.
If they're given the opportunity to work, and in order not to traffic them, they will be paid. And so you may be alarmed that $15, $30 is small money, but we're giving them 3 meals a day. We're going to improve the quality of that as well, eh? There's a service on the way for that, and we are paying for them their housing. And so it is my view that to be held accountable, the public should not pay for your incarceration, and we're moving closer and closer to that goal.
Crossing over now to news from Parliament, a move that will put more money in the public purse and relieve the nation's deficit. Senators today urged to pass the domestic minimum top-up tax bill. Our Felicity Darville has that story.
Attorney General Senator the Honorable Ryan Pinder introducing the domestic minimum top-up tax bill to the Senate this morning, indicating that if this legislation is enacted, it would put the government budget in a surplus for the first time since 1973. This tax is intended to bring the Bahamas in keeping with global standards presented by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, introduced in December of 2021 to implement a 15% tax on all multinational corporations operating in the country with a global turnover of over 750 million euros, which is more than $800 million. Senator Pinder explains what the top-up tax really means.
Taxpayers in scope of the rules calculate their tax rate for each jurisdiction where they operate, and they pay what's called a top-up tax. Now, that top-up tax is the difference between what they would pay and the 15%. So let's use Barbados as an example. Barbados has a 10% corporate income tax. These multinational companies doing business in Barbados would pay the 10% plus a top-up tax of 5% to get to the 15%. But the purpose for legislation like we do today is because the GLOBE rules allow a jurisdiction to preserve their tax autonomy, and through legislation say, okay, if we're compliant with the rules, that top-up tax can be paid in the jurisdiction of operations. So we use British Petroleum again as an example. Their headquarters are naturally in the UK. If there was no legislation, that top-up tax would be paid in the UK. Let's assume they operate here. They don't operate in the Bahamas as far as I know, but let's assume they operate here. With this legislation, their activities in the Bahamas will now be taxed in the Bahamas rather than the UK. And so we're implementing those rules to ensure that we preserve our sovereign tax rights.
Senator Pinder said if you are operating in the Bahamas, you should pay tax in the Bahamas. Seconding the bill was Senator Darren Pickstock, who said the implementation of this bill would prevent other jurisdictions from taxing these companies on profits made in the Bahamas. Senator Pickstock said the revenue would put more money in the public purse for education, health care, infrastructure, and other vital areas. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
The Attorney General also announcing a new court facility scheduled to open by year's end on Burnett Road, focusing on cases regarding the family and juveniles. The AG announcing as much as representatives from the Bahamas Crisis Center and the Rotary Club visited the upper chamber to pin white ribbons on all members. It's part of a global campaign led by men to end violence against women and the youth.
I think it is a consensus around the table amongst us gentlemen that we call out all forms of violence in our country. We all want to live in a peaceful nation with law-abiding citizens where everybody feels safe and comfort in the country in which they live.
Now, in celebration of White Ribbon Day, the Bahamas Crisis Center and Road to Peace will host an event this Thursday for school-aged boys and young men on how to manage anger and aggression. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Things that are undeniably Bahamian: a good count salad, Junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
KFC is giving you more to love with our KFC Bucket Meal with large size. Get the KFC Family Bucket featuring 8 pieces of juicy chicken, family fries, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4. A KFC Deluxe Bucket with 10 pieces of delicious chicken, 2 larger sides, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4 to 6. Or a KFC Party Bucket with 15 pieces of our chicken, 3 larger sides, and 6 biscuits that feeds 6. And we'll handle the dishes, plates, and utensils included, so you can lick your fingers and reach. KFC knows value, and it's finger licking good.
This Christmas, stay connected through all the family traditions. Holidaying is unwrapping gadgets, gigs, and gift cards. Sign up for a $64.99 or higher postpaid plan and get a free smartphone. 3 gigs of bonus data for 3 months and a chance to win a $100 gift card. We've got you covered with the ultimate postpaid deals. For more postpaid offers, visit us online at bdcbahamas.com.
For every shape-up, after-school activity, unplanned home repair, and other day-to-day spending, there's SandDollar. SandDollar is a convenient way to send and receive money instantly. SandDollar is easy to use. It's safe and secure. Just like physical cash, SandDollar is issued by the Central Bank of the Bahamas. And best of all, there are no fees for individuals to send or receive funds. Download a SandDollar-enabled digital wallet and enjoy the benefits of the digital Bahamian dollar. Spend it locally. Transfer it to and from a local bank account or convert it to and from physical cash. Learn more at www.sanddollar.bs.
Holiday season, the Ministry of Energy and Transport is bringing light back to Bahamian homes. Through our partnership with Bahamas Power and Light, we're offering the Merry and Bright Holiday Reconnection Program, so you can pay as little as 10% of your outstanding balance and get reconnected. Just in time for the holidays. Pay a little, light up a lot. The Ministry of Energy and Transport is committed to making sure no family is left in the dark this season.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Our beauty shot today, one of Paradise Island, home to the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort that jump-started the country's economic rebound back in 1994. Welcome back. Industrial action, a trump card if the cries of union leaders are not heard. The group decrying several issues. Head of the Trade Union Congress, Obi Ferguson, hearing those grievances during this weekend's conclave.
The doctors, CPSA, let me get it right. These are the experts in our hospital system. They're the expert in our hospital system. If something wrong with you now, they come all over you, and doing what they're supposed to do as doctors.
For the Bahamas Nurses Union, while we're still working on some of our issues like our promotions in the Department of Public Health, that has been an ongoing issue with those promotions being sorted out. But I'm hopeful that after we would have come out this conclave, especially, that we will get those promotions sorted out.
I think we should not forget what happened during COVID and the importance of the medical staff at that particular point in time. Yes, the consultants, but all our grades of staff. We lost nurses, we lost physicians, friends, family. And I think it's a travesty for the government to want to ignore those years and not sign our IA from the time the last one expired, which was 2021.
As teachers and having members on all the islands of the Bahamas, we are concerned about their right for rental agreements, for their allowances to be paid, for making sure that they're in a safe environment.
Now, responding to the concerns, Labor and Public Services Minister, the Honorable Pierre Glover-Rowe, reiterated that her ministry has an open-door policy to hear concerns.
When it comes to the nurses' promotions are being processed every day. And the union president is in constant contact with our Ministry of Public Service team leader for health and wellness. And as well as the Ministry of Health and Wellness, I am informed that she is in contact with. So these promotions will be rolled out once the exercise is completed. In terms of our agreement with the doctors, that is a work in progress. The Ministry of Health and Wellness, the Labor Relations Unit, the Financial Secretary are still engaged in dialogue back and forth on the few unresolved clauses in their agreement that are financial in nature. And the same goes for BEMU, our Bahamas Educators and Managerial Union. There are some promotions that are outstanding, and there are some other concerns that I've committed to meeting with the BEMU leadership on before the end of this week.
In other news this evening, Bahamas striping group of companies, upcoming Thanksgiving initiative taking shape with a growing partnership. West Alex Forbes tells us who else has come on board.
As Thanksgiving draws near, Bahama Striping is gearing up for their biggest distribution yet with their Let's Make a Difference initiative. And today we have an opportunity to speak with one of the partners. Let's go.
We are standing in one of the 8 kitchens that would be preparing food to help aid those 25 persons. So that day we're going to mix up the menu a bit. Not only will they have the turkey, but we'll get them the glazed ham, we'll get them some fried fish. They'll also have the roasted chicken. So everything they'll be able to experience that day.
That's Derica Munnings, catering manager at Goldwyn Resort and Residence, one of the several properties that have partnered with BSGC to make this Thanksgiving an especially good one for so many.
We can't turn a blind eye to the fact that one out of every 10 person has severe food insecurity. So this Thanksgiving, partnering with Bahamas Striping Group, we're able to make sure that one person has a meal, which we obviously enough. One make a difference. It doesn't have to be big. We didn't start it out with 8. We started out with 1, just like everybody else. So what you do, it matters.
The meals will be distributed Thanksgiving Day with delivery points across the Bahamas. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Alex Forbes.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long, yet the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
It's good to be alive this holiday season. Alive is partnering with Western Air to bring 4 lucky Bahamian students home for the holidays for free. If you're a student studying in Florida, all you have to do is share a creative video showing us why it's good to be home for the holidays with the hashtags.
It's good to be home and it's good to be alive.
And don't forget to check out our live social media pages and bealive.com to see if you're eligible.
It's good to be alive when things free.
And it's even better to be home for the holidays.
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Morris Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Morris the Paint Place has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue, it's a symbol of life. Together, we can paint a brighter future.
The 2024 Long Island Business Outlook.
As someone who was born and raised here, I am very, very excited for the new growth opportunities that are coming to the island. And hopefully, many of us who haven't been able to thus far can return home.
Find out about groundbreaking and current projects and how you will benefit. Connect with business leaders and influencers and move your business forward. Register now, tclevents.com. Secure your spot today.
With a staggering 46,000 cases here in the country, it's safe to say we are someone or know someone with diabetes. Our Danielle Dean speaks with the president of the Bahamas Kidney Association, who shares tips on how to manage the disease and avoid further illness.
It's been said time and time again, but certainly worth repeating, the 2 main causes of kidney disease: hypertension and diabetes.
Kidney disease is higher in people of color than whites. And so that alone is something that I think Bahamians should ultimately pay attention to. The population in the Bahamas is ultimately made up of black people. And so that speaks directly to us in terms of kidney disease affecting us.
According to podiatrist Dr. Monique Mitchell, a reported 11.6%, or 46,400 of the Bahamian population, are living with diabetes. An additional 27,200, or 6.8%, are pre-diabetic.
We're going to open this foot care assessment to our members. It's very important for diabetes, and so we're working along with Dr. Monique Mitchell and her team in making sure that our members, especially those that are affected by diabetes, have that screening done on their feet to avoid amputation.
President of the Bahamas Kidney Association, Tamika Roberts, says BKA fights for a cause she's not only passionate about, but takes personally.
In 2017, I had a family member, my brother, who was affected by kidney disease. And from 2017 to now, my journey and my passion has only been to really raise awareness and to assist those with kidney disease. This disease is under-recognized, and it's very silent. And because it's under-recognized and it's silent, we must raise our voices to it. Many families are being affected.
According to the National Kidney Foundation, 1 in 3 people with diabetes and 1 in 5 with hypertension may develop kidney disease. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Well, thanks, Danielle. And filling in for our LaDawn Davis tonight is our very own Jimenita Swain and Marcellus. We're going to give us a sneak peek of Access Now. What's happening over there?
Well, hello, Makashlo. We're going to be talking about the Junior Junkanoo Awards distributed and comedy connecting for a cause.
Oh, sounds good to me. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. See you soon.
Well, our feature story is up next. Stay with us.
This ain't making no sense, man. How people making it out here, Dre?
If you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, you gotta learn how to budget. First, write down all of your income. Then, list out all of your expenses. And don't forget to save. Stop throwing away money. Put something aside for savings. And get this, government savings bonds can safely grow your money. So start budgeting, save your coins, and invest smart. Financial independence, way. Wait, financial independence, way. Learn how to invest in government savings bonds on the Central Bank of the Bahamas website.
Get ready, Nassau. Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center is back with our annual 3 days of blackout. Mark your calendars for November 28th, 29th, and 30th. It's 3 days of unbelievable deals right here at home. We're bringing you thousands of items from Amazon, Home Depot, and Walmart. Everything at their online listed prices, freight and duty paid. Don't believe us? Bring your phone and Google it. Experience the U.S. prices right here in Nassau. Call us at 698-0123 or WhatsApp 557-2522. Meet us on Mackey Street. Don't miss out. See you there for 3 days of total blackout deals.
People are going crazy for Popeyes around the world. Some have camped out for hours just to try our delicious chicken. This guy stocked up on 300 crunchy, juicy chicken sandwiches, just in case. And these lovebirds celebrated their wedding with the Popeyes cake. For real. We get it, y'all chicken lovers. Because we're just as crazy to marinate our chicken for 12 hours and make every piece by hand. That crazy love, we love. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
The significant role men play in society to be highlighted tomorrow during International Men's Day. The all-male celebration encourages men to teach the boys in their lives the values, character, and responsibilities of being a man. Here at home, the International Men's Day Committee has several activities on its agenda, including a talk with young male students, prayer in Rawson Square, and an award ceremony paying tribute to the positive male role models in the community. But for founding member David Williams, life experiences have given him a better understanding of the crucial role men play across the country.
I firmly believe had then we as a people established National Youth Service, which they said was Penland's Army then, I honestly believe, I'm convicted, we would not have had the situation we are in today. Classic example, in the prison, in the Bahamas Department of Corrections booklet, 70% of the men incarcerated today is under the age of 35. We have a serious crisis in this country. These are our future leaders. So we don't do our part right now. What can happen 10, 15, 20 years from now?
Well, some serious words to think on, but that does it for the National Report. But stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Have you been waiting for windows? Then wait no more. Cornet Bahamas have in stock now PVC sliding windows, casement windows, and impact sliding windows with mirror tinted glass, all in different sizes and styles. Call us at 352-1301 or visit any of our 4 locations in Freeport, Nassau, Abaco, and Eleuthera for the great products and great prices. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Cornet Bahamas, dream, design, deliver.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
At the World Travel Market 2024 in London, Director General of the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Latia Duncombe, shared what visitors can look forward to in the islands of the Bahamas.
The Bahamas is at World Travel Market 2024. The Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, along with our hotel partners, our promotion boards, Grand Bahama Island Promotion Board, Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board, Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, and also with our destination management partners. We are just elated to be here sharing insights, information, what's new in the destination, how we've upgraded our product, and sharing the wonderful experiences in destination. We're also listening firsthand to our partners, the trade, the travel trade, tour operators, airlines, discussing the performance of the destination and things we can do to not only improve our visits to the destination, but to make sure that they're able to enjoy a multi-destination vacation, that they can enjoy all of the offerings that we have, from adventure tourism to sustainability, from culinary to just enjoying the vibrant island vibes, whether it's Abaco, Cat Island, Inagua, or Nassau Paradise Island. We have it all in the islands of the Bahamas. And our commitment to you is to make sure that our visitors continue to come to our shores and lengthen their stay and enjoy and explore the islands of the Bahamas.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Well, the rush is on. Junior Junkanoo Awards given out today. Stay put. The details straight ahead.
Plus, there's nothing better than a good joke. It's all about comedy for a cause.
And it's harvest time. We're going in the valley to St. George's Harvest Mass. Stay close for that one.
And coming up in sports, a WNBA Bahamian superstar calls on the Prime Minister.
The Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Marcellus Hall.
And I'm Jiminy Swain. Welcome to Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Well, Jimmy, welcome to the Access Now. Glad to have you here. I'll tell you that for sure. And always fulfilling to have LaDawn coming over. LaDawn, who is on vacation.
Yes, well, thanks, Marcellus. It's great to be here.
Well, looking forward to a great time. Meanwhile, let's get right into the news and see what's going on as far as that's concerned. Let's dive right into the news. So Junior Junkanoo Awards are underway. In fact, the results saw C.B. Bethel awarded first place for the senior high division, C.H. Reeves first place for the junior high division, and Lyford Key International School winner of the all-age division. Referencing the rich Junkanoo history taught to the students at Lyford Key International School, music teacher Elizabeth Taylor cleared the air and dispelled the myth that it was a first-time win for the Dragons.
This is our 5th year winning. We took a break after the 2020 Junkanoo Parade where we won that one. Then COVID came, and so this is our first time back since then. But we are no stranger to winning. We work hard.
Well, C.B. Bethel Senior High School Junkanoo coach Sune Russell says their success in the parade had a lot to do with Junkanoo and former student turned teacher Alonzo Russell coming back to help coach.
We just collaborated because he's always been that cultural person, and myself as well, having represented the Bahamas a few times in Carafesta. And so we decided to just bring that heritage at C.B. Bethel. We just wanted to include culture in being an aspect of the performing arts department at C.B. Bethel Senior High School.
Imagine this, a comedy production leads to $80,000 in funding for local charities. Now, that must have been one heck of a joke. Medea Cunningham has the story.
Hearts were filled with immense gratitude as Sterling Global donated $80,000 to 4 local charities. The Bahamas Feeding Network, Ranfurly Home for Children, the Bahamas National Trust, and Lend a Hand each received $20,000, thanks to the generosity of Heather and David Kasoy.
The most worthy cause are helping those people get out of the lower depths of what might seem to be society and come up and be successful, like many people I've known. And this just gives these people a chance, because a lot of these people, you can't study, you can't do things if you're hungry, number one. Okay? If you don't have guidance, number 2. And our charities really focus on these things.
The funds were raised through the comedic production Screwball Comedy, spearheaded by Heather Kasoy, which brought the community together for laughter and a great cause.
But screwball comedy was set in the 40s, so it was different, and it was very funny and very well written, and I put it on with complete confidence that everybody would absolutely love it, and they did. And that showed in the funds that we were able to raise for you. So I'm very happy with it all. I couldn't say one negative thing.
These organizations don't just leave here today with funding, but with an opportunity to create an even greater impact in their communities. For the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, I'm Matea Cunningham.
All right, thanks so much, Matea. Well, as the Thanksgiving holiday approaches, St. George's Church has launched a festive and meaningful initiative to help local families in need. The church hosted a canned goods competition, inviting parishioners and the wider community to donate non-perishable food items to support those who may be struggling this season.
We reach out to communities around our church, and we noticed that there is a need for food items. At St. George's, we have the Guild Help the Sick and Needy, who distributes food items every week to those in need. So a way to introduce that, or to fill our pantry back up, I came up with a decorating idea, because our church loves competition. So I came up with an idea where they would decorate the windows in the church, and as you can see, the windows are filled to capacity. So our pantry is filled where you are able to give to our needy in our community.
Now, the food collected will be packed into Thanksgiving meal boxes and distributed to families, senior citizens, and individuals facing food insecurity in the area, as always.
The distribution takes place Wednesdays. Now, we have a list that receive funds on the Wednesday, so they come when it's their time to receive their funds, and we give them bags of items, and then they'll come during their next time to distribute items or to receive items.
St. George's Church hopes this initiative will provide for those in need, but also inspire a spirit of unity and compassion that has throughout the holiday season and beyond. Well, still to come, thanks for your service. We are talking nurses tonight and a new master's degree program coming out of the University of the Bahamas. You want to stay close for that. Be right back.
Several staff members from various ministry and Department of Education areas throughout the nation were recognized for passing BJC, BGCSE, and Pittman examinations during the first employee recognition ceremony. Education Minister Glenys Hannah Martin congratulated the staff members for pursuing growth and learning opportunities.
On behalf of the Ministry of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of you who are being recognized today. This event, our first triennial employee recognition ceremony, is a momentous occasion.
Director Dominique McCartney-Russell and Permanent Secretary Lorraine Ambrister underscored the importance of rewarding staff for their excellence in service and professional advancement.
Your participation in these programs not only enhances your own skills and knowledge, but it strengthens our entire team. It strengthens the Ministry of Education because of what you did for your personal and professional growth.
You can't just be concerned about productivity. You have to affirm staff and make sure they feel good about themselves and that they excel.
Honoree Mistress Tina Swain Johnson reflected on her experience as a member of the English Language BGCSE class.
This journey has taught me to remain steadfast in all things. And although times may get tough, the reward is worth it. Remember your goal and never give up. Thank you.
Jonalee McIntosh for Ed Talk.
Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service. We do armored service, we do pre-employment investigation, background checks, also vet people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field, anytime, anywhere.
Whopper with cheese never tasted so good. 100% flame grilled beef, now juicier. With fresh ingredients as usual. And even fluffier buns. The Whopper with cheese. Bigger, better, tastier. Get a regular combo for only $9, only at Burger King Nassau.
Janae's Christmas Wonderland with the best selection and prices in town is open under the Big Tent. Get 20 to 50% off selected Christmas decorations. Restrictions apply. Trees in pink, frosted green or white in a variety of sizes up to 15 feet. LED and laser lights, tree ornaments, lighted angels and Santa tree toppers. Bright, unique and lively colored Christmas balls, garlands, wreaths, ribbons, bows, snowflakes, puffs and blankets and much more. Add flowers, picks and decorative mesh to brighten up your home or office this holiday season. And don't forget the toys at Janae's Chesapeake Road. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. WhatsApp 817-3295.
And right now, you're looking at a live shot of the point on West Bay Street here in the capital. That's shot by our drone pilot, Neville Smith. Let's take a trip now to the Family Islands and see what Jimmy has on deck.
Family Island News is brought to you by Commonwealth Brewery Limited.
The Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation is the common denominator in ensuring the business community nationwide takes advantage of all the opportunities available to them, whether it be domestic or international. However, with 7 Family Island Chambers of Commerce in its portfolio, CEO Dr. Leo Roll laments that membership is declining.
People need to quantify why they're paying for things. And so if we're not doing a good job with showing the benefit for money, the mutually beneficial arrangement where here is why you need to be a chamber member. Here are the benefits of being a chamber member. While it is a nominal cost on an annual basis, here are the things that you get as a result of that nominal cost. And so that's, I think, one of the challenges, ensuring that businesses are being profitable, so they're trying to streamline their expenses, but also that they understand why it is important to be a chamber member and making sure that those benefits align.
All right, thanks, Jimmy. Well, nursing is one of the more noble professions, which unfortunately is now downplayed most of the time. Now, Florence Nightingale, touted as the world's first nurse, would be very proud to know that the University of the Bahamas is now offering a master's degree in nursing. And here to tell us all about it, Dean of Graduate Studies and Research, Romelda Moxie, who is here with us, Dr. Terry Campbell, Chair School of Nursing, and Dr. Ingrid Mobley, Program Coordinator. Welcome to Access Now, and clearly I'm in the company of some very smart people, I would imagine. Well, first of all, how long has the School of Nursing been a part of the University of the Bahamas?
Well, the School of Nursing really started the University of the Bahamas around the 1990s when we moved out of the Bahamas School of Nursing into University of the Bahamas itself.
Yeah. Now, what was the original degree offered in the nursing program, and how was it now advanced over the years?
Well, we started off with the Diploma in Nursing, and then we moved to the Associate of Arts, then the Associate of Science. We currently have the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and as you mentioned before, we're now advancing to the Master of Science.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, now that you have this master's program, how does one qualify to be a part of that?
So to participate in our master's degree program, you must possess a Bachelor of Science degree for nurses, must be registered as a nurse in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and of course have a GPA of 3.0 on the scale. And there's also, for those who don't qualify for the 3.0, we have conditional admissions for lower than the 3.0. So no one is excluded.
Yeah. All right, so nursing, you figured you got your nursing degree, you're a nurse, you're qualified, but having a master's degree has to make a difference. What is that? What's the major impetus toward going for the master's?
So the master's is an advanced practice, and so the nurse, it takes them up to another level into their career path. So they're not stuck at the bedside. So those who want to advance in doing administration, or even coming into education, into teaching, or even taking care of terms of, we have a clinical nurse specialist that gives them advanced training in taking care of those in the population.
Yeah, so there's definitely a benefit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, I tell you what, sounds as if this program is really going to be doing some big things, looks as if you guys have really got a handle on it. How soon does it start?
Well, it starts March 3rd, 2025.
Right. Oh, so it's right around the corner.
Yes.
So a lot of preparation, I would imagine, already in the works, and all the groundwork has been laid,
Yes.
and just ready to get it underway.
Yes, indeed.
How has it been received within the nursing community?
Thus far, it's been very well received. Those who require additional information can certainly contact us. They can visit UB's website at ub.edu.bs to access the application form, the graduate application form, or they may contact us via telephone at 397-2601 or 397-2602, or they can email us at graduate@ub.edu.bs.
All right, sounds pretty good to me. Sounds like a lot of information. I hope you all are taking notes. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for all the information provided. Can't wait to see this whole program underway, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot new nurses coming out in that master's program. Thank you,
You will. Definitely. Thank you.
All right, coming up in Sports for Night, she's home now here in New Providence. Jonquil Jones making her way to New Providence. We'll give you details on that and so much more coming up in just a few minutes.
Supermarkets. Rainbow sliced beets, 15-ounce, $1.29. All chicken wings, $1.89 per pound. Fresh limes, free for $1. Great American white shrimp meat, 12 ounces, $3.99. Sunny Delight smooth or tiny, 64 ounces, 2 for $5. And full variety of Butterball and Jenny-O turkeys, plus regular picnic hams are super value and quality. Supermarkets.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while dealing with my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been?
Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage a claim. Oh? By the way, it's not newer. It's N-U-A. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
This Christmas, stay connected through all the family traditions. Holidaying is unwrapping gadgets, gigs, and gift cards. Sign up for a $64.99 or higher postpaid plan and get a free smartphone. 3 gigs of bonus data for 3 months and a chance to win a $100 gift card. We've got you covered with the ultimate postpaid deals. For more postpaid offers, visit us online at bdcbahamas.com.
Get the most out every ride. Just watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel up with confidence in every mile. Get Ruby Ultra Tech in your tank and drive with a smile. Watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel the difference with Ruby's Ultra Tech.
Ready to insure your ride? Our new website is ready for you. Visit jsjohnson.com. Go to About, select Coverages, go to Auto, and click Get a Quote. We've made it easier than ever to request a quote online. Fill in all the required fields. When you're done, hit Submit. You'll receive a response via email within 24 hours. Visit jsjohnson.com today.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everyone. I'm Marcellus Hall. Jonquil Jones' triumphant return to home soil continued today as she paid a visit to the office of the Prime Minister, part of her triumphant return once again after winning the WNBA championship and the championship MVP. Charles Fisher has more.
A handshake and a pose, Jonquil towering over the nation's chief, the Honorable Philip Davis, who was pleased to welcome the WNBA champ and MVP.
Continue making us proud. It was someone that we ought to be lifting up always. We had to celebrate you, celebrate your accomplishment, which has been inspiring to all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing us so joy.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I am an avid sports fan myself. particularly those who are excelling. I find great pride and joy in watching and getting that good feelings of seeing a Bahamian excel. Junkanoo Jones is no exception to my following.
Jonquil grateful for all the support she has received on her return home.
It's really been a pleasure to be welcomed, to be received, to be seen, and we've been having a great time, and just looking forward to just being in Nassau and seeing all of the things that's been happening here and all of the ways that people have been celebrating. But yeah, thank you so much to you, your staff, and everybody that's been involved, because the moment was not missed. We've been celebrating. Everything has been top notch. And I'm just really thankful for the opportunity to be able to come home and do this, to see my people, to give back to my people, and then to be appreciated by my people.
Also singing Jones' praise was the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg.
We are very proud of you and your achievements, and we look forward to you bringing us many, many more championships, whether it's at Liberty or anywhere else.
MVP Jones hoping that one day Bahamians can experience the joy of a WNBA game in New York.
The gym and the energy is amazing, and it's something that I really would want, if possible, every Bahamian to experience and see the level of women's sports and the appreciation, and just the fandom and the energy in that stadium is amazing.
Looking forward to another WNBA championship and a bigger celebration next year. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Hey, that's it. Your check on sports for you here on this Monday. Of course, we have our Monday weather forecast just ahead. Stay with us.
Birthday. He's in Eleuthera and we're all the way in Nassau. You got it? Okay. Yes, you're right. Eleuthera for tomorrow? No problem.
At Cartwright, our members know that there's a lot to smile about. They know that membership has its privileges. Guaranteed low pricing on every item, every time you shop. Each membership comes with 2 cards. That's one for you and a free card for a member of your household. Gold card holders earn an annual 2% rebate up to $500. Cartwright members get discounts at other participating businesses. So that's a lot to smile about. Whether it be clothing, appliances, home goods, or groceries, shop at Cartwright, where membership truly has its privileges.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done. But at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey.
It's time now for your Access weather forecast, and dry weather conditions dominate the weather landscape across the Bahamas as there's nothing out there on our radar screen. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where you're always protected during the worst storms. In the northwestern islands tonight through Tuesday, light and variable winds, flat seas, they're going to be around 1 to 3 feet, with your high tide taking place at 9:38 tonight. Second high tide will occur at 10:08 tomorrow morning. Now for the central and southeastern islands through Tuesday, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And on Wednesday, you're going to get the winds out of the south, and they will be increasing 12 to 18 knots ahead of a cold front that is heading our way. More details coming up later. Wave heights, they're going to be building 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. Now your high tide on Wednesday, 11:01 in the morning, with the low tide at 5:37 in the afternoon. In the central and southeastern islands on Wednesday, wind southeast at 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
I say 1 plus 1 is 11. They say we living in the dark world, but I tell them say all good don't go to heaven. Sweat, love, and taste, toiling all day. Watch as you grow, friends and family drift away.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Marcellus and Jimenita.
All right, thanks, Basil. Looks like no rain until later on this week. That's a big plus, Jimmy.
That depends, Marcella. Some people say the rain puts them in a good mood.
I don't know what kind of mood that is, but I'm going to leave that alone. Tell you what, let's turn things over to Matea Cunningham right now, and let's talk some socials.
Hi, beautiful people. I'm Matea, and this is Let's Talk Socials. Today's installment is going to be more of a social media lesson because, of course, it's my job to make sure you guys stay in the know about all things social media. A niche is your unique space on the internet, a specific topic, interest, or industry you're focused on. Think about it as the thing you're known for, whether that's sustainable fashion, Christian lifestyle, or tech for beginners. Niches are so important because they help you attract the right people. Instead of trying to reach everyone, you're connecting deeply with a specific group that actually cares about your content. Now, how do you start your niche? Start with something you're passionate about, something you could talk about all day without getting bored. And then think about your strengths and expertise. What do you do well, or what do you know that others might want to learn from? Finally, consider what people are searching for online. Are there gaps you could fill with your content? The sweet spot is where your passion, skills, and audience needs all meet. So, the next time you're planning your content, ask yourself, what's my niche? Finding it is like unlocking the door to an audience that truly connects with you. That's it for this segment of Let's Talk Socials. I'm Matea. Until next time.
And good job, Matea. Access Now had you working hard today, Jimmy.
I see that, most definitely, Marcella. So what's next for tonight?
What's next is we get the heck up out of here. It's time for the rundown with Clint Watson. That's what.
Well, that's a wrap for us. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Clint Watson has been the trusted voice of journalism for over 2 decades. He is your first choice for hard-hitting discussions, your best choice for current affairs issues and investigative journalism. It's time to start the journey of relentless journalism. It's time to start the journey of facts over fiction. It's time for the Rundown with Clint Watson here on ZNS, where only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
We've heard you. We know you're tired of the reruns. We're coming back, bigger and better, on The Legal Brief. I'm your host, Ramona Farquharson. Stay tuned.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Dr. Gale, and I'm inviting you to be a part of a journey where we open the Word of God to receive strength, to receive empowerment from the Scriptures as they have been written. Get your Bibles, get your cup of coffee or your tea, because this journey is gonna be great. This is your day of victory.
Hey y'all, what's up?
Hey, what's that?
What y'all getting?
Listen, I've been waiting to march down some lobster, yeah?
Hi, I'm Matthew. I will be you guys' waiter today. Can I take your order?
Oh, I've been jonesing for some grouper tread.
Y'all see this?
See, this ain't gonna work.
Where the fish gone, though?
But how, though?
Don't leave our children with no fish in their future. Protect our sea. Protect our way of life. Protect the Bahamas. To learn how you can help, find us on Facebook at Bahamas Protected. See the future.
I don't know, but what kind of cars is this parking lot? You ain't even know where to park? Yeah, just don't park in the, look at this way. Like, you ain't get nowhere to go. Don't park him, just don't park in the handicap spot.
Yeah, that's handicap.
No, man, you can't park in the handicap spot.
I ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna be that long.
Handicap spot,
Boy, what's going on, dog?
Man, I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way parking, man.
I tell you we shouldn't park here.
Y'all get one of these things.
My bad big broke, and he got a sticker inside this. Ain't this mud, though. We gotta move. This is a handicap spot.
That's what we gotta move.
But we gotta move. Don't, we can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
Abuse, domestic violence, suicidal tendencies. Are you being stressed out from these problems? Call the national hotline at 422-2763 or 322-2763. There are trained social workers available 24 hours to help you. Know that you are not alone in this.
Did you know that if a fire starts in your home, you may have as little as 2 minutes to escape? Keep your family and home safe with these few fire safety preparation and prevention tips. Ensure that your home has working smoke detectors. They will alert you if there is smoke and fire in your home. Install a smoke detector on every level of your home, inside each bedroom and outside each sleeping area. Test smoke detectors every month and change the batteries every 6 months. Home fires can spread rapidly and every second counts. Create an escape plan and practice it with everyone in your home. Make sure everyone can safely escape in less than 2 minutes. Keep escape routes as clutter-free as possible so no one trips or falls on the way out during an emergency. In addition to smoke detectors, fire extinguishers is an important device to have on hand. To use a fire extinguisher, remember the acronym PASS. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the handle, and sweep from side to side at the base of the fire. We must all do our parts to ensure that our families and homes are safe in the event a fire occurs. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the Director of Fire Services, and all officers of the Fire Department, let's work together to help prevent fires, because fire safety is everyone's responsibility, and the life you save may be your own.
At the Dixon Hill Lighthouse in San Salvador to let you know that marine protected areas make dollars and cents. A well-designed and managed network of protected areas can generate income for nearby communities. From MPA managers to lodges to eco-tours, there is money to be made.
Healthy marine ecosystems help to protect our islands from climate change and other impacts that we cannot control. Healthy coral reefs help to break down big waves, and mangroves absorb storm surge and help to protect our coastline.
Older and larger fish tend to carry more and healthier eggs than younger fish. Fish replenishment areas will allow fish to grow bigger and ensure that we have more fish now and in the future.
In our replenishment area, fish are free to grow and reproduce.
As their populations increase, more fish will spill over into other areas where fishermen can increase their catch and their income.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island. I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island, and you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too. And you should too. See the future with Bahamas Protectors.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
The Rundown is brought to you by Commonwealth Brewery Limited. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's great to have you all with us for another week. Well, we begin tonight with that controversy that swarmed social media on the weekend. Now, while the country is praising Bahamian WNBA MVP Jonquel Jones for her great accomplishment, the country joined Grand Bahamians on allegations, I stress, allegations that Jones discussed details about her personal life during recent school visits on Grand Bahama. However, tour organizers are outright denying these claims, maintaining that at no point did Jones address her personal life while speaking to students. Now, leading us off tonight is a report from Romiko Knowles of our Northern Service. Take a look.
My daughter is now telling me that Jonquel Jones came to the school. She introduced her fiance with her and all this stuff. You know, if you come to the school to show some kind of give back or whatever, what you discussing your fiance for?
That is an excerpt of the widely circulated voice note from a frustrated parent alleging that Jones discussed details about her fiance during her talk with students.
I would like for that young lady who said that to say where exactly that happened.
Jimmy Smith, chief counselor for West End and one of the event's organizers, says the claims are false and deeply troubling. Smith asserts that Jones maintained a professional tone throughout the tour, noting that her fiance's identity was not discernible at any time.
I saw this young lady from the start, and I watched. She kept her distance. She handled herself stellar. At no time they walked in together. At no time there was no place hugging or holding hand. Or when she came off that flight, she came off that flight with herself. When she spoke to the press, by herself.
The allegations have ignited heated debates on social media. Some users condemned the supported actions, with one commenting that certain lifestyles should not be displayed to children. Others came to Jones's defense, with one supporter stating, "You've reached the highest level of success, and people still find ways to tear you down." Smith says Jones was visibly affected by the voice note, but notes that the overwhelming support she received far outweighed the negativity.
She had a little dampen. But when the people showed the love came as simple as a bowl of conch salad.
Cecil Thompson, chair of the local organizing committee, also expressing disappointment in the allegations.
I was at every assembly. It never happened. I mean, that is just a malicious thing that is being spread out, and it's really unfortunate to try to drown out all the good news.
Jones responding to the controversy via her Twitter account, unapologetically standing by her truth. In one tweet, she wrote, "I am who I am. Take it or leave it. My fiance is a pillar of my success. If you don't want me to thank her, don't invite me. I'm not hiding for anyone. That's it, and that's all."
Romiko Knowles reporting from Northern Service. Well, joining me tonight live is the chairman of the local organizing committee in Grand Bahama, veteran educator, Cecil Thompson. Let me say right off the top, he is not taking these accusations well. Good evening, Mr. Thompson, and welcome to the Rundown. It's great to have you, sir.
Good evening, Clint. Good
Good evening, Bahamas.
So,
Pleasure to you.
Thank you, sir. We heard you in the interview say at no point in time that these allegations that are coming from parents happened. Are you saying that there was no introduction of a fiance, there was no affection shown at any of these school events as purported by a parent who says this is what she claims happened?
I am telling you there was none, sir. With your permission, may I just give the background that may be helpful so Bahamians could understand the context, sir?
Sure.
I became involved in it at the invitation of Mr. Norris Payne, the Deputy Director of Sports in the Northern Bahamas, at the start of the diplomatic week. He told me that Jonquil is going to visit home on the Saturday, the 16th, and he wanted me to organize a motorcade for her. I told him yes, because Mr. Bain is a former student of mine when I was principal of 8 Mile Rock High School, and I'm very proud of his accomplishment. And so that's where it all started. Jonquil Jones, I knew when I was the deputy director of it, I wore so many caps, you must excuse me. When I was the district superintendent for Grand Bahama, her mom was a school welfare officer in the Ministry of Grand Bahama here in Freeport. And she came to me and she said she wanted to get Jonquil out of Holmes Rock Primary to be in one of the primary schools in Freeport. And she wanted her to go to Hugh Campbell Primary School. I went and I approached the principal, Mrs. Betty McCartney, and told her about, and Mrs. McCartney accepted Jonquil Jones as, I think, about a 3rd grader, right? Once she came to the school, she became a dominant force in all aspects of sports. Prior to her coming, Walter Parker, Mary Starr, Freeport Gospel Chapel dominated primary school sports in Grand Bahama. After Jonquil came, it changed. So that was my first introduction to her. Her mom, Mrs. Etta Mae Jones, retired social worker, would say that I was responsible for giving her a first basketball. And so that is my involvement. After she left here, I had no contact with her whatsoever until she came back this week, right? So it's important to understand that is the background. I was instrumental. She selected the schools through Mr. Bain. I had no contact with her. She selected the schools for the special assemblies, namely Hugh Campbell Primary School, Tabernacle Baptist Academy, where Norris Bain was the principal and she was a student, and St. George's High School. St. George's High School is significant because once she mentioned St. George's High School, it enabled me to get the other schools involved. I also selected, with a lot of pressure from Mr. Jimmy Smith and West Grand Bahama, that she is out of Holmes's Rock, and so she could not, if you know Grand Bahama, could not spend all of her time at special assembly in schools in Freeport. She needed to go to 8 Mile Rock. So 8 Mile Rock was the last assembly on Friday the 15th. Hugh Campbell, 9:05, Tabernacle, 10:20, St. George's, 11:45, 8 Mile Rock, 1:30. That is how it all started. I must also say that since 1993, Frank Rutherford, he won bronze in the Olympics, and the man, every year during the 90s, I took him to every school on Grand Bahama, with few exceptions. He was the person who inspired generations of Grand Bahamians to excel in sports and other endeavor. And he did it at no cost, without any controversy. I notified the principal. I was district superintendent. He randomly spoke to the schools, right?
So, Mr. Thompson, I want to try and get some other, because I don't want to run out of time with all the history, because I think we can appreciate the history and we appreciate your involvement and why it is. What I want to make sure that we get clear today, the question I'm asking is, was there any form of, as alleged by parents, the affection or acknowledgement or anything of that sort as to why this would have come up. And the reason why I'm asking that is just to, first of all, substantiate whether there is actually an issue or was this just mischief workings?
Yes, Watson, I have no knowledge. I attended the 4 assemblies that I mentioned. The only time Jonquil referenced a parent was her father. A father, former student of mine at 8 Mile Rock, he was at all assembly. She thanked her father. She made no reference to the matter that you're dealing with. I was deeply involved in it. I did not know that next person, whoever her fiancé was, etc., etc. Yesterday, as in Sunday, I saw on social media a picture of her and this lady.
So you didn't even know, and you were hosting, that she was even there?
Well, I mean, basically, I did not know. I saw the picture yesterday on social media, and I realized, look here, the airport, I met that person.
Correct. So I want to give you an opportunity to speak to those persons who obviously are stirring this pot. What do you want to say to them tonight?
I'm saying to them that, look here, I am not defending Jonquil preferences, orientation. That is not the point. I spent my whole life in education protecting students. I never asked her not to speak to it. And as Jimmy Smith, the chief counselor, said, Nora Spain said, the deputy director of education, Michelle Boleg, was at every one of the assemblies from start to finish. It never happened. Now, if something happened privately at the hotel, Cecil Thompson is unaware of it, right? But I'm saying the special assembly, we wanted her to motivate, inspire a next generation of Bahamian, and she did it beautifully. And there was no attempt to introduce any person. I was at all assembly. I only knew the lady was because of what I saw on social media yesterday. I met the lady, but there was no attempt to introduce her at any assembly and say of our relationship. There was absolutely none. And any principal, I could give you the names of 4 principals, any administrator, any teacher, challenge it, invite them to come on and say. Invite them to come on to say. There was never an attempt by Jonquil Jones to introduce that lady and to tell young people in our school system in Grand Bahama, this is what you ought to do because I've done it.
Thank you, Mr.
I have no
Thompson.
knowledge of that, sir.
Well, I appreciate you, and we want to just get clarification from you because we know that you would tell us exactly what happened. Thank you so much for joining us on the rundown. I appreciate that.
You're most welcome, sir. Thank you.
So here's the matter at hand. Don't bring no jingle along because I'm done. Take it off. Here's the matter at hand. One, we heard from Mr. Thompson explaining that, first of all, it didn't happen. Now, why I want to address that is because as a society, we allow this thing called social media to cause us to lose the sense of right thinking. And what do I mean by that? Anybody can make any claim about anything or anybody, and we eat it up as Bahamians without even hearing truth, without even fact-checking whether it's true or not. We allow people to make assertions. We allow people to sully other people's characters. We allow people to mischaracterize things, and we never fact-check, and all we do is circulate, like and share, circulate, like and share, without any truth to it, and it's not factual. And so I think the first thing we ought to understand as a Bahamian people is that stop becoming gullible by everything that's circulated or created in WhatsApp or Facebook or on social media. Because here it is now, Bahamians weighing in and expressing frustration, angry. You even have some persons out there who claim to be social media oligarchs, and they're speaking to an issue that doesn't even exist. And so you wonder at the end of the day, why are we wasting energy on something that didn't happen? Because somebody decided to be mischievous and lie or misrepresent the truth and put something out there that never happened. Second thing I wanted to point out is we are involved all weekend in these activities because we are celebrating a Bahamian who has done well on the international circuit. And I wonder at the end of the day why we cannot focus on what it is that we are celebrating as Bahamians, and we always got to go left, go right, go somewhere else. Can you validate the life and the purpose of every person who's been successful in our country, whether it's in sports, whether it's in education, whether it's in the legal profession, whatever arena it is? Anyone that has done something great that our country celebrates, do you go trying to figure out all the other stuff about them, or do you celebrate the cause that has brought great notoriety to our country? And then thirdly, I always say it, he who is without sin casts the first stone. You know, Bahamians have the habit of focalizing and experiencing displeasure on things that perhaps they don't take issue to, but will never focus the attention on the things that they do have challenges with that are pretty much equally sin. You hear people talking about, oh, I don't want my children exposed. Well, when you give them the iPad, are you there 24/7 to see what they're watching on the iPad? When they're on the phone, to keep them occupied, are you watching what they're scrolling through in YouTube? They start out with one thing, but where do they end up on YouTube? Do you know what they're exposed to? When you turn on television and you take your children to the movies to watch movies, or they watch these movies on Netflix and all of these other entertainment profiles, do you see what's in these movies these days? Do you see what's being pushed and the agendas that are being pushed? Are you stopping them, or no, you're allowing them to watch and be exposed to that far greater than perhaps whatever can be exposed in schools? Do you know every teacher in your school and what their background is and what their preferences are? Do you know it? Because they're teaching your child every day. Do you know where they stand, or do you know what their secret challenge might be? Because they're teaching your children. You don't know. So this talk about I don't want my child exposed to, your child is in a real world where the world is pushing its own agenda. And if you as a parent are not protecting them at home or telling them about what the world is pushing, you're sure not going to eliminate them from the discussion by trying to ignore it, because they're going to be exposed to it wherever they go. When they go traveling with you in your family trip, they will see things in the airport. They will see people in the airport, and if you don't talk to them, they will look at it and wonder, well, what is that? So when we talk about our good child being exposed, and then the question is, what are you doing to protect your child? And then the sins that you are committing and your child is seeing, the sweethearting that we don't talk about, the adultery we don't talk about, the lying we don't talk about, the cheating we don't talk about, the deceiving we don't talk about. When the child comes to the airport and you come along with them and you have 5 suitcases and you tell the customs officer you have nothing to declare, but you have filled with that tags of clothing and a part for your car in the suitcase, and you have nothing to declare, it's still a sin. It's still a lie. Which sin is greater than the other? What I'm saying is, as a society, if we're going to say that we uphold Christian values, you cannot be selective as to when you implement that. It must be in everything we do. It must be in everything we say. It must be in the integrity that we live. And that is how we teach our children a better way. And so I say this to our Bahamian people because we spend so much time and energy focusing only on certain things, but not on the true values of things and the true values of life. And I hope this exercise helps us tonight. The organizers have said it never happened. But I'm glad you are concerned about your child. Hopefully from this point, you will ensure that your child, everywhere they go and everything they do, that you protect what they are being exposed to. That's all I have to say on that. Now you can hit the jingle. Still to come tonight, if you're a budding entrepreneur or a progressing business person, we have details that you will need to know about the Small Business Development Center. Plus, a little later, a big initiative by a popular organization happening this week. The rundown. We're back after this. Stay close.
I like Junkanoo, oh, where the collect gold and a right love for my boat, yeah. I like Johnny Cake, yeah, where my fish do, what I don't need all that bird, that don't make a show, yeah. I like the beach, but I don't go in water, just grab me a collect, that's the bear of the Bahamas. I like to go down, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
Is the Little Caesars Stuffed Crust Pizza. Get more pizza for less money. Only $12. It's a whole new level of pizza with cheese stuffed crust so spectacular that there's nothing left.
Pizza.
A delicious pepperoni pizza with the crust stuffed with lots of cheese and brushed with butter and garlic flavor and sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. Hot and ready Thursday to Saturday between 4 and 8 for only $12. Simply irresistible. And only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Welcome back. It's time to talk business. 2,355 clients. Over 89, y'all heard me, 89 million in funding in 44 industries on 16 islands. Wow, powerful statistics. That's the latest data from the Small Business Development Center as of September 2024. Their goal is basically to make the country thrive, and of course through the business sector. Since its inception in 2018, the SBDC supports the evolution of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises and maximizes the creation of economic impact through strategic partnership. Joining us tonight with the latest on the SBDC initiative is Executive Director Samantha Roll, and of course she's an experienced business professional who is no stranger to promoting government plans. Of course, she's a part of the business plan. Her former positions include the Economic Development and Planning Units, Program Manager, and the National Development Plans official responsible for the management process and activities. She's also worked with the Inter-American Development Bank, Caribbean Development Bank, and the World Bank, and led teams on national initiatives such as the Caribbean Growth Forum. In other words, she's qualified to do what she's doing, okay? Welcome to the show. It's good to have you, Sarah.
Thank you for having me.
So SBDC, I think, is one of the successes that we see happening through government initiatives for businesses, because one of the cries you always hear from people is small and medium sized businesses is I need some financial support.
Yes.
I have some great ideas, but I don't have the capital. And if I try and go to the bank to get this capital, it's going to require all of these long things that I may not have right just yet.
Right.
But I have a vision.
Yes.
I just need somebody to believe in me and put some money behind it.
Yes.
And SBDC came into play and filled a critical void of being able to assist small businesses, medium-sized businesses, get some additional funding that they need in order to be able to carry out their objectives. By and large, have you seen the success from it?
Yeah, so you talked about what we've done overall from approved funding to date.
I mean, just in 2024, we 252 small businesses. And the question is, well, what is our impact? You know, what are you contributing to the economy? We see all these grant funding being approved. And essentially what we've found through collecting the data, and we do that through all of our programs. And when we collect the data, we know that from inception of the SBDC, we've injected over $17 million just in our guaranteed loan program alone. But the rewards of that is, it equates to approximately $25 million in sales. And that's just from our 2023 numbers. Wow. We know that from an employment standpoint, on average, the businesses that have been funded by the SBDC have grown in employment from 1 to 3. Wow. Right? From 1 to 3. And in some instances, expansion of locations. So really? Expansion
People
of
have
locations.
expanded and started other branches.
Expanded
wow.
their operations. And we have also participated in the economic growth, not just in New Providence, in the Family Islands.
That's excellent.
I mean, we have startups that have happened in terms of approved funding just in this year. We can mention Forbes Restaurant in Exuma. That's a startup business. We can mention Hamilton Country Store in Long Island. That's a startup business. Wow. Right? And so the impact is there. We measure what we do because that's how we're able to say, these are the programs, this is the assistance that is needed for small businesses across our archipelago.
Now, I want to say something here that I think is important, because we never see the trickle-down effect and how it impacts. Last week when we had the Deputy Prime Minister on, he spoke about the new additional increase in taxes for persons coming into the country, $2 fees, and where a portion of that fund that comes in goes. It funds a lot of these business initiatives through SBDC and other organizations. And so we are seeing now the benefit of when governments obviously said that they were going to get additional revenue so that they can fund these businesses. We see the money going back in. SBDC is not keeping it and banking it up and getting rich off of it.
No, by no means. So if I may also share, SBDC does a tremendous job in attracting collaborators and partners. Not only the government of the Bahamas, because we've done programs such as the Young Entrepreneurs Initiative, and we did that in partnership with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. We've done programs such as the Food Security Program, and we did that in partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, right? But we also are able to facilitate programs even with private partners. Wow. So we just acquired a partner, Carnival Corporation, who's a part of our new initiative, Men in Business.
Really?
Yes, and they've provided a substantial amount of monies towards grant funding for men in the islands of Exuma, Bimini, in the islands of Eleuthera, Bimini, and Grand Bahama.
So your funding is not just coming through government initiatives, but the private sector is actually buying into this.
Actively involved. Actively involved. I can mention a number of other partners, such as Zonta of New Providence, and we facilitated in our partnership Bold Beginnings. So we are ensuring that what we do it based on, one, information. So these are well-curated programs through surveys that we facilitate, so we understand the various groupings and what their needs are.
What support are you putting in place to ensure that when you invest with these companies, that they have a good chance and a good footing to succeed?
Oh, and that's a fantastic question, Clint, because quite a few believe that just give me the money.
Right.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Just give me the money. And we've realized, and we know for a fact, because evidence prove it, is that the money is one thing. And yes, you could have it. I'm sure there's an old adage about, right? But what's most important is that training, is that mentorship that we offer as part of our programs. And so putting money in the hands of an individual or a group that does not necessarily have the support from business principles
isn't setting them up to succeed.
It's not setting them up to succeed. And so there may be some to say, oh, well, all of these, the training and the modules and the info session, it is critical to your success. And even after those have participated in those programs, and some may not have been funded, but they come back to say, well, this was tremendous. I've learned so much. I didn't even realize. And that alone sets them up for success.
Wow, wow. When we look at business in this country, is there a type of business you're looking for to invest in, or is it people who can have a lot of what's already out there still qualify as well?
Yes, so it's 44 industries. I mean, some of our top industries is transportation, medical, fashion, right? Fashion. We just had a Creative Entrepreneurs Initiative where the first grant winner in a pitch competition was someone who designed their own fabric.
Wow.
Based on their experience with cancer. So they're a cancer survivor. So they have a survivor fabric.
Wow.
Right? Amazing story. Great product. We have facilitated those who are within the food and beverage industry. And you would say, food and beverage? Come on. But we have clients who have infused some level of innovation, something different about what they're doing. And if you can do that within an existing industry, then yes, why not be funded? We also have don't forget the Family Islands now.
Of course, we can.
Some of the luxuries and privileges that we have here in New Providence, it's a dying need on some of these islands. Some would say, well, the rental car business is saturated. That may be the case in New Providence, but if you look in San Salvador and some of the other islands, they're struggling, rental car companies, housing, etc. And so, yes, we look at each business application on a case-by-case basis.
Location, all of that.
Everything, everything. We ask for you to tell us what is your idea, and then we also look at the numbers. We help you in formulating that idea. We help you in accessing information, because some of the data that we collect, we're able to tell you based on the data that we collect.
And that advice that you give to people can actually steer them into making what would have been a failing enterprise a successful one.
Exactly.
That's absolutely amazing. Now, I know that the impact on the Bahamian economy, we should be able to see that, because if you're talking 44 industries, that's a lot, because a lot of people think we have 44 industries in the Bahamas. You're talking 44 industries, and you're talking people growing those business and industry. We should see the trickle-down effect into the economy becoming a little more stronger.
We should. And, you know, we look at how some of the industries, such as tourism and the convenience stores, they've generated significant returns to where, let's say, $4.60 and $4.53 in sales for every dollar that we have funded.
Wow.
So that's how we measure. And if I may also clarify, we collect this information through our economic survey impact report, right? And to be honest with you, over 2,000 businesses have been funded, but the respondent to that survey is low. So just based on that alone, we know that our impact is much greater.
Right.
It's much greater. But there's quite a bit of work being done to curate programs that support, whether it's targeted groups or support targeted industries, because we also want to make sure that we are diversifying and not solely dependent.
And I was about to ask you about that, because our concern right now in the country is diversifying our economy, so that while we know tourism will always be our bread and butter, can we do some other things and do it well to give our country an opportunity to grow even higher? And my question is are you helping people to say, okay, listen, instead of considering that, why not consider this?
Correct.
And while you may want to work in the tourism sector, how about providing this for the tourism sector? Are you doing a lot more of that coaching and seeing people actually take the advice?
We are. And so when you look at a particular industry, you probably want to look at what's the value chain within that industry. Right? And there are things leading up to that final product that based on raw materials, supplies, those types of things that are very much needed, and that can become a business. And so we do help to guide. That's it. We help to guide. We help to inform. We help with the coaching. And of course, we also understand where there are needs within our economy. And we even help to craft some of those ideas with our entrepreneurs and our client base. In doing that, we have a pool of consultants, pool of advisors, a pool of mentors that help to shape these ideas. And some of our young people, right? We have a group of young entrepreneurs, and we utilize that grouping, again, to help to shape these ideas, to help to plant these ideas.
What are the challenges you're seeing that people who come looking for funding don't have prepared and ready, that they need to get ready?
Yeah, there are a few challenges that SBDC have encountered and I believe have overcome. So one, you have this misconception about SBDC, and once they see whomever would have received grant funding, that there is some nefarious activity happening with the adjudication process.
The selection process.
Yeah. We are fair and we are transparent. There is a two-level or two-tier review in making sure that those who have presented a well-thought-out idea is awarded. Now, at the end of the day, Clint, at the end of the day, there's only so much funding we do have. Because I can tell you now, with our Men in Business program, we have about, thus far, $1.8 million in an ask. Funding ask.
Wow.
Funding ask. And all of our other programs, we track what the funding ask is. So we know when we're looking for additional funding, we're able to see if we can increase the budget for it.
I'm glad you raised talking about the men program, because we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about that. What is happening this week for men who are in business? How you can get your piece of the pie. We're back after this. Stay close.
I like Junkanoo, oh, with a color gold and a right love for my boat, yeah. I like Johnny Cake, yeah, with my fish too, but I don't need all that bird, that don't make a show, yeah. I like the beach, but I don't go in water, just grab me a collet, that's the bear of the Bahamas. I like to go down, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Strong family bonds provide a crucial support system, often filling the gaps that might otherwise lead to reliance on social assistance.
If we get the family structure support system right, you won't see adult children willingly putting their parents in senior citizens' homes. You won't see anyone putting children up for adoption. We should be the safety net for when the family begins to have some challenges.
Addressing the root causes of dependency is essential, as our goal is to shift the focus from merely providing aid to fostering self-reliance.
We must be prepared to move persons from dependency to self-sufficiency to economic empowerment. And I'm asking the public to join us on this journey.
This has been the Heartbeat Brief, an inside look at the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales at CBS Bahamas and the CBS Pro Store. Not only do we guarantee the best prices on all your favorite building materials, we're proud to offer the best delivery program in all of Nassau. Whether you buy one box of screws or a truckload of plywood, island-wide delivery is just $5. And for our Family Island customers, we're proud to offer complimentary drop-off to the mailboat of your choice. Visit us today at the CBS Pro Store on Robinson Road and check out our website to set up your next delivery.
Welcome back to The Rundown. We're talking tonight with the Small Business Development Center's Executive Director, Samantha Roll, about what SBDC has been doing. And of course, a big initiative is happening this week for the men. If you're a man with a business, or a man in business, or a man that has business, this is your week. Go ahead and tell us about it.
So, after all of the requests and the follow-up and accessing information about what men are looking for in terms of support, we curated a Men in Business program. So there are quite a bit of activities happening this week in particular. And so outside of the blueprint training and the masterclass that a number of the participants underwent, tomorrow we have our Empower Men Forum. And that is a forum curated to allow for discussion and rethinking of certain topics such as leadership and failure and how do you overcome failure. And so we have, in partnership with the Toastmasters Club of 1600, who participated as part of the mentorship group in this program, as well as in partnership with Carnival Corporation, right? And this forum, the keynote address is by the Prime Minister, awesome. Davis. And it's really just talking to the men. It's engaging the men. It's talking about business. And that's a great opportunity to also network. And so that program is, yes, it's here in Nassau, but it is also going to be live streamed.
Awesome. Across
the Spence Finlayson Show. And so it's a great program. So there are a few other things happening. We have this Power Brunch in Grand Bahama. Thank you so much, Carnival Corporation, for that, because they are our main collaborator in having that Power Brunch. And again, it's another great networking opportunity, mentors to actually in person meet with some of our Grand Bahamian participants. So great number of activities that are happening throughout this week just for the men in business.
I'm glad you talked about the fact that you're talking about failure, because for men, sometimes the business doesn't go the way you want it to go. And what kills a man's spirit is the fact that I failed. And how do I get back from this? Does it mean that my life is a failure? And for men, it's harder to be able to get back on track. And so I'm glad you're addressing that issue, because sometimes the emotion of it, men just suppress it and just forget about it, and they're afraid to try it again. And so being able to talk about it and figure out how do I navigate back on my feet again is so important for men in business.
It is. And so we have men as part of that panel to have and engage in those discussions, because they can resonate with those in the audience and talk about how they have journeyed on. And so I think it's a tremendous opportunity, and so we welcome those. It's still time to, you still have time to register.
Tell them how to do that.
Yes, you can go on our website. You know, as soon as you go on the website, there's a pop-up there. We have it all over our social media platforms. I can tell you we're just about on everything, Clint, except for maybe TikTok. I don't know.
We can help you get there. We run TikTok.
So very excited about that.
And it's going to be held where?
At Margaritaville.
Beginning what
And so it starts at 9 a.m. sharp.
So the men are wondering, how do I register to be able to qualify for assistance? How does that happen as well?
Just overall, you can contact SBDC.
Okay.
You know, our phone number is 461-7232 or 7233. You can even email us at helpdesk@sbdc.com. And so just engage us. And then we'll provide the guidance you need.
Are there things that people need to have when they approach SBDC, like a business plan, a financial statement? A lot of these things we don't have when we go in, and that hinders your ability to be able to get faster and get qualified. So what should people have when they approach SBDC?
So first of all, you can approach us when you're in the startup phase. For us, that is 12 months or under.
Okay.
Right? And so for some, they may not yet have a business license because they just want some assistance with the ideation phase. Or you can approach us with an established business. But nonetheless, either which way in terms of funding, we only fund formal businesses. So you must have a business license. It is important for you to have a business license.
That's important. Y'all listening, because y'all gonna be the same ones that say, I went there and they turned me down. Gotta have a business license.
You have to have a business license. Now, in terms of, a business plan, there are some that come with a draft and some things, but we have provided the services, we do have the services to where we can assist with business plan development.
Nice.
We have a partnership with BICA to where we can assist with utilizing financial professionals to curate your historicals and your projections. We can assist with all of that. But our standard business blueprint training actually helps you.
Covers all of that.
It covers that as well.
This is why you gotta know how to take advantage of stuff, because even at the end of the day, if you don't get the funding, you have the knowledge and the experience and something that can help you further.
Just as invaluable as having the funding. Networking is just as invaluable as having the funding.
Totally agree. Absolutely. So, men, tomorrow is your time at Margaritaville from what time? 9 o'clock in the morning?
It starts at 9. So it's really 9 to 1.
9 to 1.
9 to
so
1.
So don't come 11 and say, trying to get the best of the class. 9 to 1. Register online at SBDC, or, you know, when you show up, they'll help you register. This is your opportunity to get some assistance that you need for that business. There's so many businesses out there that men are doing. Men, you're doing tire shops, you're doing auto mechanic stores, car washes, all of these things that are great initiatives and great businesses that make money. Plumbers, carpenters, you know, construction workers, all of these opportunities and businesses can grow and make money. And SBDC is designed to do that. Samantha, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on the success. This is a success story. SBDC.
Thank you.
Big difference. You want to learn more about SBDC? Right after this show at 9 o'clock, the program Blueprint comes on by SBDC, and you want to watch that. Trust me, you're going to learn a lot. The Chamber of Commerce president is on that, and you learn about your business and about how to prepare yourself. So SBDC program follows the rundown tonight at 9 o'clock here on ZNS Network. You want to watch that. Sam, it's always a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Don't go anywhere. Up next, the AKAs are in the house. Are you part of any sorority?
No.
No? Okay, so you can't get mad. You call AKAs and other people get mad. They here, and guess what? They're giving back, something they always been doing. But this is, tell the ladder, relax, she ain't no AKA, she mad. So, listen, they have a big thing coming up, and we're gonna play a trailer of a movie that you wanna be a part of to help. Right after the break, stay close.
That's the bear of the Bahamas. I like to go down. Oh yeah.
Hey, what's up, Mario?
Hey, Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs. Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the sunshine one.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
Hardware is the helpful place. Everything you need under one roof, from electrical, paint, plumbing, outdoor, barbecue, automotive, lawn and garden, pet supply, houseware, and seasons. Hurricane season is now here, so for all your hurricane needs, we have a 25% off bargain zone.
Hey, thanks. I would have given more stuff, but I didn't bring my money. I thought this was a club, and I thought everything was free. Finally know what it is now. Thanks.
We're located on St. Albans Drive, West Bay Street, open Monday to Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and closed for lunch 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay, guess what? It's one of the best fundraisers ever because it will actually be held at Fusion Superplex during the premiere of the much anticipated movie Wicked. Now, if you haven't heard it yet, Wicked is the untold story of the Witches of Oz, starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, who meet students at Schitt's University in fantastical land of Oz and forge an unlikely but profound partnership. I don't want to give too much information away. Let's just meet our AKAs who will tell us more about it. Joining us is Mavis Johnson-Colley and Wendy Poitier-Aubrey. Ladies, great to have you.
Thanks for having us.
Y'all ruffling some feathers. Some people in here who ain't AKAs. They a little upset.
Yes,
this your movement. I know that's right.
All part of the family. All part of the family.
So tell us about this initiative this week. What are you doing this week?
Well, before we get into the actual event, let me just give a quick background. We are members of what we call an interest group of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We're all members of the organization, but we are on a path to launch another chapter. So you are familiar with the AK work in the Bahamas. We've been around since 1963, right?
Wow.
In fact, the oldest, not the oldest, but the longest serving chapter in the international region. The organization was founded in 1908. So the longest serving chapter, which is 60 years old, in terms of a graduate chapter, I mean persons outside of college, is here in New Providence. We have a similar chapter in Grand Bahama, and then we have a undergrad chapter at the University of the Bahamas. So Island Jewels is the group that is having this initiative, and is a group that is on its way to becoming a chapter, which will make it another chapter in the international region. Now, other fraternities and sororities, several of them, their international chapters are attached to mainland regions. When I say mainland, USA.
Correct.
But for us, we are happy to say that we have our own region that is under the umbrella of the overall international organization. And again, in part, thanks to the work of members of this Bahamas group of sorors, not necessarily the interest group, but sorors in the Bahamas. We've had quite a role to play in the development and the progress of the organization internationally. Now, why we're doing what we're doing, and Wendy's gonna give you the whole rundown. We are involved in service. Service is our mantra.
I was about to ask you, because
service
hear about sororities.
all mankind.
You don't just step.
Absolutely. And you know of service because you know of our other chapters.
Correct.
What has this group been involved in so far? We've been working with a group of young people, grades 7 to 9, from the LW Young High School. So we are focusing our efforts in the eastern side of New Providence. We've identified that area as an area that needs a lot of work, and so we are going to be heavily involved in work in that area. We're doing that work with the school under an initiative called the Youth Leadership Institute. And so don't be surprised if we don't reach out to you to come in and give us some pep talk at some points. And we've been having, I mean, Clint, it has been so hard. I get little goosebumps to engage with these young people from Saturday to Saturday, to see the hunger in their eyes for leadership, for assistance. So we work with them. We also, under the auspices of the international organization, we initiated a program that mirrors and that will become a part of what they call CHIP. And CHIP means Childhood Hunger Initiative Power Packs. What do? We make sure that vulnerable students identified by one of our partner schools in the East have food on the weekends.
On the weekends.
Remember now, we have students who are assisted.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's so critical.
Yes.
Because you have them being taken care of Monday to Friday, and you always wonder, well, if they're having challenges of food, how they eating on the weekends?
Exactly.
That's it.
And so we've already dropped, I think we've done 2 or 3 drops. And so every weekend, we make sure that these group of students identified, we wish we can do all of the schools.
I'm sure.
And so the fundraiser that you're going to hear about, that is going to help us do more, give more, work with more. We are so excited about the initiatives that we want to do. And then come the end of the month, we will bless 40 families through the St. Paul's Baptist Church in Fox Hill. We're going to, every day, we've asked our members to put a grocery item in a special box. Every month, every day, 30 days, there's an identified item. And so those items will be presented to families through the church, identified by the church. So we'll be working with communities and community associations and organizations and churches and schools in the eastern side of the island so that we differentiate from what's happening with our sister organization. But there is so much need. There is so much work.
It's unbelievable.
And so
unbelievable.
We're going to have to partner with corporate Bahamas. We partner with ourselves to raise the funds. And so Wendy is going to
tell us, Wendy, about this fundraiser that's taking place, which is going to help fund these programs.
This is about the movie Wicked. And of course, one of the lines in the movie says, pink goes good with green. And so, of course...
You couldn't miss it.
When you heard that, that was it.
That was it. And in addition to that, the star of the movie, Cynthia Erivo, she's also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. And so most of the persons know about the movie The Wicked of Oz. This takes place before Dorothy dropped down in Oz. So this is the story of Elphaba and Glenda and how they became friends, and also talking about that age-old battle between good and evil, and about how persons who might have that impression of them being good, but they really might not be that good. They might, you know, and how we have to be careful about when we're listening to what people are saying. We have to ask those questions. What is really the message behind what they are saying? Right. And so this is what this movie, Wicked, is all about.
I'm looking at the trailer now. It's really interesting. You can see it on your screens at home. Right. It looks pretty interesting.
It is.
So how do you what do? You buy a ticket for this, and it help goes towards the cost?
We actually have tickets on sale at Carey's department store on Marquis Street, and then we also have at Child and Adolescents on Soldier Road. There are tickets there, or from any member of the Island Jewels. We have tickets that are available.
And when is the event?
The event is Thursday. Now, the movie itself is not going to come out until Friday, but if you come to the premiere showing, that's what this is. This is the premiere.
It's a premiere show.
This is a private premiere event.
You get it before everybody else get it.
Exactly.
You get to hobnob with some very special members of the organization.
So that is what we are doing here.
Thursday night.
I have on my T-shirt.
You got your Wicked shirt on.
I have my Wicked T-shirt on.
Thursday, what time at Fusion?
We're going to be starting, and we have our cocktail reception starting at 7, and then the movie starts at 8.
It's a perfect combination to be able to give back and still enjoy a wonderful evening out at the movies.
Go to our Facebook page and any of our other social media platforms, and just click on it and send us a message or call any one of us so that we can get you pictures. You know, we just want to send a shout out to our president of our group, Dr. Janet Dossett. And so please, if you know Dr. Janet, and you know she's a pediatrician, go there by her office and she will have some tickets for you as well. Clint, we want people not only to come out and enjoy and get a first-hand look at the movie, but we want them to remember why.
That's important.
Exactly.
The why is what's so important.
And we need you. We need to partner with you. You know, we're not a business, so we can't go to the small business. But we can certainly ask corporate America.
I think that why is so important. You can actually buy a ticket and enjoy something and enjoy a wonderful night out, and know that that money you paid is going to go towards providing food for people who need
cause,
it. It's absolutely
Yes, we do. We have some. Yes, we do. We have some. What they call it, the merch, as the young people say.
Oh yeah, the merch. You got the lingo. You got the lingo.
So we have some merch there, so persons will have the opportunity to get some of that as well. So come on out. We ask people to come down and join us at Fusion on Thursday, the 21st. You'll be able to see the premiere before the rest of the folks.
Wow,
you could tell,
big.
I saw it first
That's big.
before the rest of the folks.
And feel free if you want to put a dash of green or put a dash of pink. Just come on out and
do your pink. Let me see you in your best pink and green.
I think it's going to be a great initiative, ladies. Thank you. And let me say
and I hope I can see you too there, Clint.
You know, I'm always looking for something to do on a Thursday night.
There you go. There you go.
There you'll see me.
You know, bring my girl.
You know, they all want to come out. They all want to come out. Congratulations on all the work that you're doing, and thank you. We need organizations like you to help make our country better. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Clint, for all you do, and thank you for your support.
Thank you. And that does it for the rundown for all of us here at ZNS. I'm Clint Watson. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to stay tuned to the Bahamas tonight at 11 o'clock tonight with Royston Jones. Royston, you here? He's over there in the newsroom preparing for the 11 o'clock news. He'll have the latest on news and information. For all of us, have a great night, everyone. Good night.